I'm Joe.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Do you know what? I'm dead impressed that you remember Joe Rogan. That's how we can start it there with you. I'm Joe.
He has been fish wizard for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
He is the absolute fish wizard.
Right. I'm ready. I'm poised.
You ready to go? I mean, we're already going.
Oh, are we?
You know in Harry Potter when Mr. Weasley pretends to be a muggle and he tries to walk like a regular person, doing he sat up there?
Yeah.
Do I look like a muggle?
Yeah.
No, you look like a wizard pretending to be one.
You're definitely a muggle.
What's a muggle? Is that like
non-magic folk.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What would he be then? Magic Johnson, the basketball player?
Muggle.
No, because he's magic.
No, he's not.
His name is magic.
It's just
And our
his name.
special guest.
Yeah, Jason Cook's with us today.
I'm Magic Johnson, actually.
Yeah, he would be though, wouldn't he? He's not a muggle, is he?
Who?
Magic Johnson, he'd be a wizard, wouldn't he?
No, why would he be a wizard?
Because he's got magic.
Yeah,
Just
but
because-
he was going before J.K. Rowling put pen to paper, so he wouldn't have a clue about what was going on.
No.
He'd just sat there going, "What are you pink folk on about?"
What, you pink folk? Love that. How are you, Jace, anyway?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah?
Good. I had my coffee. I'm here.
Yeah?
Great to see you.
Yeah, feel massively overdressed, but there you
You
go.
look very smart, mate. I mean,
No, it's just I'm a scruff.
You've been in the game a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, frightening.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be really scared, 1986 was my very first gig.
Wow. That was the year I was born.
Right.
Was it?
There you go. I mean, this is becoming increasingly common now where people play at the Comedy Balloon and they go, "This gig's older than I am." And I'm like, yeah, thanks for making me feel every single one of my 54 years old.
so just so everyone knows, you run, well, a legendary night. I think you can have legendary status.
100%.
Yeah,
It's
one
a,
of the ones.
Comedy Balloon, the Ape and Apple now, isn't it? In Manchester, Dalton Street.
It's legendary, but where is it again, Jason? What night is it run on?
No, go on, I'll let you do it. I do know.
Comedy Balloon every single Wednesday at the Ape and Apple on John Dalton Street.
Yeah.
24 years old
Yeah.
in 2023. Winner of the Chortle Best Comedy Night in the North for some bizarre reason in 2018.
I remember that.
And we've hosted literally thousands of new comedians doing their very first gigs.
No, that's great. It's an institution, I think. Oh.
Yeah, and rightly so. I think, it's one of those in 2023. There is now, you can't move without bumping into an open mic night in Manchester.
Yeah.
Because Manchester's London, let's face it, nowadays. But we're one of the old pubs that's still standing rather than your old little craft ale bars.
I think when I first started going to Balloon, it was at the
Britain's
Protection, upstairs. So,
Yeah. I remember me, you, Des Sharples, Tony Kinsella.
Yeah.
You made a little green backdrop that
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
got signed. Someone stole. I mean,
we had a backdrop. We made like a big frame. It was dead funny, wasn't it? We said, I'll make that. And then they just like construction. Honestly, it's like Glastonbury. It's all bolted together and everything.
little room above a pub that held like 40 people.
Yeah.
And we had this full, it was like turning up, and we had the like full gantry with the backdrop, little sound system and everything. You'd turn the PA off and you'd still drown out any conversation at the back just by talking. But I think that level of effort and dedication is really sort of like what set the Balloon apart from most other open mic nights, because a lot of people start and just go, "I'll just turn up because I want some stage time," and then bozos will arrive and it'll be a night, and it folds after 3 shows,
We had the backdrop, and what we did in the end was anyone that performed used to sign.
Oh.
But it had some mega signatures. Someone robbed it, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's good. So we just had gantry then.
There's some rusty old lawnmower in a shed somewhere, covered in an iconic bit of Manchester.
Manchester open mic history.
I like the idea there's a homeless fella sleeping under it.
Well, there's a few of us that have probably done that in the Comedy Balloon. Yeah,
That's some going that. To keep that going for 24 years is...
It's... What frightens me is it's 24 years now.
Yeah.
And like you say, these, like, I started performing before you were born. There are comedians that are younger than the Comedy Balloon now, but at the end of the day, it's just sheer determination. And people do get asked quite a lot, like, how do you keep going for 24 years? And they think I'm taking the mick, but it's like, you just turn up on a Wednesday and you do the show, and then you do it again next week, and you do it again next week.
Yeah.
Like, we've got 3 more shows before the end of the year, and that's 2023 ticked off the list, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm booking for 2024. We've already got some people coming in to do like previews for Leicester Comedy Festival.
Are you doing that?
I'm doing it, yeah.
Comedy Festival, but you just show up and just keep going. You know, it's that simple, really.
Must be you and Tuesday Tony who've been putting on open mics in Manchester for the longest time.
Yeah. I think Tuesday Tony.
What a name!
I know.
When was this?
I don't know what day.
I think he's been going about between 12 and 15 years.
She's been chased out of a lot of venues.
We've been chased out of a couple for different reasons.
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't say he's been chased, but I know he's been around the city.
yeah. Well, I mean, I know he was at Tiger Lounge for a while.
Yeah, that was the
You
one
know.
that lasted the longest, as far as I know.
And it got closed down because they were going to redevelop it into flats, and it's lain empty since, you know, which is happening an awful lot, not just in Manchester and other places. But, you know, you've got to give kudos to anyone that goes, well, I've been booted out of a venue. Let's find another venue.
Yeah,
just keep on going, you know. Because I don't know if it's a peculiarly Mancunian thing, but it's just like, right, you've kicked me in the nads. Right, well, tomorrow we'll just get up and carry on, you know what I mean? If it was all just about a single venue, and we were talking before about Excess Malarkey, that's had so many homes, and how anyone that runs a venue that hosts Excess Malarkey, which is the absolute pinnacle of stand-up comedy nights in the Northwest, and then goes, well, actually, no, we don't want this to happen anymore. It's moronic.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like we were saying before, Joe Lycett will go, oh, I fancy doing a bit of new material. Where will I go? I'll just nip into Excess Malarkey on a Tuesday night and do some new material there. You know, I mean, national TV shows, you know, Total Acclaim, and he just bobs in. You don't get that reputation by accident like Toby's got, and the rest of the Excess team.
It's strange though, isn't it? Like, the Stand is treated as an institution, rightly so, but they have the same thing with Bridges or Frankie Boyle popping on. And that's treated as if it's a major thing, whereas, not that Joe Lycett is a small name by any means, but he pops into Excess quite regularly, and it's just like, oh, that's nice. But whereas Kevin Bridges pops into the Stand and it gets in the paper. It's baffling.
Well, I think in some ways, like Mancunians, and I'm certainly including myself in there, we kind of do ourselves down by going, you don't go on about it. You know, like, all right, so you've bbeen running 25 years. So's Greg's, you know. You just carry on.
Don't mention
just
Greg,
do
you'll
it.
get him going.
I think that's a Northwestern thing. It's just a bit of it in Liverpool as well, where you know, someone like Paul is making people like, fucking Paul. Oh, yeah, he's made it, so what? Not that funny though, is he? Even though he is, obviously. Oh, like,
I think Hot Water are really good at shouting about what they do, though.
Paul Blair is the
one thing Hot Water are amazing at is the marketing side of it. Because you've got, like, the Frogs an institution in Manchester, isn't it? And they don't have nowhere near the same sort of
social media
presence as Hot Water does.
No, they don't. But I think, again, if you look at the history of the Frog and Bucket and the history of Hot Water came to fruition at a time when social media was a thing, and it was a part of the language and the landscape of promotion and comedy. So it's kind of natural that if you started now, like if I was a comedian starting out now, I would be on TikTok and everything before I even did my first gig. And that's totally prevalent, where someone would go, well, I'll give stand-up a go. Here's Billy No Mate's comedian TikTok, Billy No Mate's comedian YouTube.
You're getting that now, though, with comedians who've never done a gig, but they've got 1 million TikTok followers. You
know, whereas the Frog and Bucket, and I remember when the Frog and Bucket was still a Yates's Wine Lodge in Manchester. Before it even started, and originally they were in a little room above a pub on Newton Street, and it's testament to their hard work that they end up running the only independent comedy club in all of Manchester. Which, there's lots of chances in this industry, and to say that they've kept going, and through the pandemic when bigger clubs that you know, at the Comedy Store, we're getting money from the government, and Jess and the Frog and Bucket gotten out.
Yeah.
But they did what we do in Manchester, which is go, we're going to keep going. You know?
I like Frog.
Yeah.
Oh,
My absolute favourite place to gig, the Frog. I absolutely love it.
Mine's a comedy balloon, Jay.
I've never done the balloon.
no, me neither.
I wouldn't bother, it's rubbish. The guy that runs it's a knobhead.
I'll wait till it's more established. It's not been going that long, has it? You know, so.
Yeah, it's one of them.
So, like, with you being a promoter and, like, obviously you've booked acts and stuff like that, is there anything you look at specifically when you're doing the balloon for, like, acts that you want to book for? Because I'm pretty new, so, like, I always want to know what promoters are looking for through your set, not just like, oh, he's got a decent set, but is there anything that you kind of look for?
Not really in terms of a performer. Like, I don't think I've watched a full video that anyone's ever sent me because
I always wondered that, you know, because whenever you're applying for gigs and you send over your 10-minute.
No, I mean, I read emails, obviously. Like, a couple of well-placed quotes is good. But putting it bluntly, we're an open mic night. I'm no gatekeeper. I don't think I've ever turned anybody down that's applied to play at the Comedy Balloon because it's an open mic night, and it would be disingenuous of me to go, well, actually, I don't think that you're suitable for our place.
You were just fully booked.
We're really, really lucky, though, in that I don't think, and maybe it's because of our reputation, I don't think that any total chances really bother with us, because we've always been a little bit outside of the comedy circuit in Manchester. But a nice email, you know, I've heard nice things about your night, always gives me a little warm glow. But if somebody says, all right, I'm a new comic, I've done 4 gigs, can I have a 5-minute spot? Yeah, you can. Here's the available dates. I mean, it's so basic and simple and straightforward.
Do you still have to, if they've got a Scouse accent, you don't let them on rule?
No, we just put them on a Thursday when nobody else is.
Inclusive now. You've got a beady eye now, haven't you?
Well, it ticks a lot of boxes, actually, if you're Scouse, in terms of inclusivity. But no, I mean, the worst things are people that send 8-page emails. I've also had people, and I posted something on our Facebook page recently, somebody booked in, and I sent out the confirmation, and they went, "Oh right, your gig's in Manchester in England." And they lived in America, and they booked into an open mic night in the UK, and it's like how little attention are you paying to where you're playing for gigs? So there's that, and somebody else.
What about if you sung? So
if
instead of like doing an email, you recorded like a little song.
I'd do that.
I'd probably book that person. Yeah.
Well, there was one person who emailed and booked in for a gig, and they actually sent me a Word document of all of their set and said, "Here's my material, just so you can make sure it's okay." And I'm like I'm really going to read all this. And then they cancelled like 2 days before. So when I was emceeing at the time, which I don't do very much, and went, well, this person was booked in. They've cancelled because they've bottled it, but here's their set, so I'm going to do it. And read the material out to pretty much silence. So yeah, you know, but be polite. It sounds really stupid, but get an appropriate email. There was someone that emailed me from oldwank@gmail.com, and I was like,
Old wank?
Yeah. Okay. I was like, there's a couple of alarm bells going here. Is this a cheeky chancer? Some people send things from work emails. There was someone from the NHS that sent an email.
Oh, that's a good way to get sacked.
Like, can I come and do a comedy gig? And it's like, surely somewhere in IT, someone's going, that's not an official radiologist email. But get yourself an email that's tied into your own stand-up, you know. So, you know, like Tommy the Comic at hotmail.com, rather than, you know, my mum and dad's email address that I'm allowed to use on Fridays between 5 and 7 kind of thing.
To type, wouldn't it?
It is, auto corrects everyone's friend.
It would for you with your dyslexia.
Do you have any standout applications that have been strange? I run one gig, and I can still remember my favourite one, which is I've had tweets liked by Adam Rowe.
Right. In his early days, he didn't. I think sometimes, like, there's been a couple of people that have been from overseas that have emailed, like Deliso Chaponda did his very first UK gig at the Comedy Balloon, and literally got off the plane, got a copy of the Evening News when they still had comedy listings in.
Yeah.
Looked for the, any comedy nights that were running, phoned me up at like 4:00 in the afternoon, and pretty much literally said, "Hi, I'm Deliso. I'm a Ghanaian comic that's been living in Canada for years. I've literally just got off the plane. Can I come and do 10 minutes at your show tonight?" And I went, yeah. And that was when we were at the Jabbers Clegg.
Yeah.
And he walked in as if he was on live at the Apollo, which he now is, and absolutely tore the roof off the place. I mean, his dedication, and that was a good 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
He was absolutely amazing. So people like that, where, they go, "Hi, I've had a TV show in Canada. Can I come and do 10 minutes at your open mic night?" Well, just let me ponder this for a nanosecond. Go on then, but you best not be shit.
I seen Deliso during COVID. Hot Water put on kind of a secret gig in a tent outside, and he was doing a middle spot and absolutely ripped it. He was unbelievable. Such a good actor, Deliso, isn't he?
You could probably put Deliso Chaponda in a taxi and say, "Give me a 10-minute routine," and he would just absolutely nail it in exactly the same professional style as if he was in front of 10,000 people.
100%.
I mean, he's the consummate professional comedian. He's performed at a place where I'm the technical manager, Levenshulme Old Library. And he turned up about 4 days before the show, checked the venue out, made sure it was suitable, checked all the sightlines, everything like that. I mean, there is a guy that lives, breathes and eats comedy. I mean, and that shows on stage, you know what I mean? And it's dedication like that means he can go anywhere in the world and perform and still get a reaction. Excuse me.
So we had...
you two had a world record, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Well, 4 of us. There was Tony Baloney, Des, Jason, myself, and it was funny because there was a big grudge match between the worst comedy night in Manchester,
Dave
Turquoise's night, and the Comedy Balloon. So we hatched the plot because none of us had any money or anything, did we? We hatched the plot how we could sort of get more people to the balloon. Let's do a world record. How hard can it be?
Yeah.
So we was the first one we get 104, didn't we, or something?
Yeah.
So, but it was before the internet.
So that's 104
comedians on one bill in one night.
Yeah, we did it at the Dance House on Oxford Road, which at the time was literally over the road from the BBC. It's called Square One now. It got demolished before the BBC went to Media City. But the Dance House is a theatre where they put loads of ballet and stuff like that. It's a proper theatre.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely venue, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's about 80 steps from the basement to the stage, and the stairs were literally full of comedians waiting to go on. 2 minutes each. We had the Comedy Police. I think Jovi was one.
Yeah.
And if anyone did 2 minutes and 2 seconds, the Comedy Police ran on with little flashing lights on their heads and dragged them off stage. Dave Perkin from the Frog and Bucket.
Yeah, well, that was the most famous thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where we,
Pearl and Dean theme.
Pearl and Dean him off.
Yeah. I don't think he even got a joke out.
Wow.
He got on stage and went, "First off, can I just say how nice it is?" And everyone in the room went, "Ba ba 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 ba."
Do you remember Carl Braintree?
Yeah.
I think he's passed now, hasn't
he?
He
has, yeah.
And basically you had to do a minute for the world record, but you couldn't do more than 2. That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he'd come off after about 55 seconds. But before he got through the door, I literally got hold of him and threw him back on the stage. Launched him back and he's just like, everyone's shitting, and he got up and walked off. He did the minute, so he didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean... The first one was absolutely bonkers because some people came from London to come and perform for 2 minutes to do this world record.
It was ace. It was like a massive social event, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because you didn't you didn't have the internet, so you'd only ever see people at gigs.
Yeah.
So, but to get everyone together on one place, it was mental.
Did someone from Guinness have to watch the whole thing?
I think we sent him a video.
Yeah, it was. I think it was video. I can't even remember how we did it in the end.
I remember Tony Kinsella, or Tony Baloney as he was at the time, he is now in Bard Company. which is a fantastic poetry and music troupe.
I've had Tony on.
He's been on Tony.
Yeah.
Lovely guy.
He had a literally typewritten sheet of the names and phone numbers of about 200 acts.
Yeah.
And fair play to the Comedy Store, they let us use their office a couple of times where we went in. And me and Tony and a few others literally phoned up people like Jojo Sutherland and went, all right, is that Jojo Sutherland? Yeah. All right, my name's Jason. I run an open mic night in Manchester. Can you come from Scotland and do 2 minutes and set Guinness World Record? What's the date? Well, yeah, I'm in Liverpool the night before, so I'll come and do it. Yeah. And it was crazy. And like Joey's saying, before the internet, now you just put something on the forum and people would, you know, sort of like get in touch with it. But you really had to roll up your sleeves and sort of get stuck in for that.
We actually planned it, didn't we? It was actually, we had to work through, we got all the charity involved and everything, didn't we? And
Francis House.
Yeah. And
who was the biggest future star on it?
We had loads. Just trying to think who's gone
Some
on.
Bozos or other.
Yeah.
Jojo's a big name, isn't it?
Yeah, Joe.
I can't. Do you know what? I've got the paper at home with it all typed on. I should have brought it, really.
Yeah, you should, Joe.
Have you got your record?
I don't know. But
I think it went to Des.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Don't give you one each.
No,
That's
it's just
tight,
a piece of paper.
I know, but still a bit more reason to give the 40 years one.
Yeah.
I'll try and dig out the photo of me, Tony, Joey, and Des.
Yeah.
And because I was in my wild man of rock and roll days at the time, I stuck 2 balloons up my shirt and opened it so I looked like I've got a massive cleavage. Because, you know, it was a different time.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I don't need.
I tell you what's funny on it. Do you remember Electric Forecast?
Yeah.
What a name.
Big Chef, Little Chef on
telly.
Yeah. They did it naked, didn't you?
Yeah.
To remember.
What's the forecast? Fucking electric.
What an opening.
Oh,
yeah. So they went from performing naked on stage to being a kids' TV icons.
Yeah.
You've got to imagine 100.
Better to do it that way.
Yeah.
100 odd comics all pissed up, like waiting for hours to go on because the show just went on and on and on.
I think it was about a 5 or 6 hour show.
Yeah.
Wow.
But everyone just got drunker and drunker and drunker as the night went on. Wow. It was brilliant. It was.
Yeah. I remember Tony Burgess was one of the early acts, and he was one of the people I really looked up to when I started doing the door at XS, going, right, what have I got to do? 2 minutes. Fuck your record, I'm doing an hour. And Seymour Mace, and his entire 2 minute set, he just went, I'm going to set a Guinness World Record of my own for the most marshmallows stuffed in my mouth. And he opened a bag of marshmallows and he didn't do a single line of material. He just stood there for 2 minutes and got the audience to count how many marshmallows he stuffed. And he just ended up, he looked like a cartoon.
Did he break the record?
I don't think that he officially applied to Guinness to break the record, so it didn't stand. But it was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
That's some going that though, isn't it? That's a cool thing to. Is it still withstanding that?
I don't know. Never even looked. We did it again 2 years after, didn't we?
Yeah, 150, standard 150.
We had then. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I think the first one worked, so everyone knew it was legit.
That's like the outside of hot water on a Monday, that, isn't it? waiting for the open mic to try and get signed up.
But I think the naivety of it was what made it work, is that you sort of go, why don't we try and get 100 people on a bill and we'll just sort of run a show like that? And a few people went, and there were comics in Manchester that went, it's not going to work, so I'm not going to do it. And then the night before, or I think a couple of people in the morning saw on the Manchester Comedy Forum, as it was at the time, that there was 104 acts, and went, actually, can I get involved? And we were like, for God's sake, we've got 104. Yeah, go on, you can do 2 minutes. But I mean, if you said we're going to do this now, you'd have a whole social media marketing team, everything like that. There was just the 4 of us going, let's just do something for the sheer insanity and joy of doing something. And if we raise a few quid for Francis House, let's do it.
No, we did as well, mate. Because I tell you what, they're good, the Dance House. We went and said, we want to put this comedy show on, blah, blah, blah. And they went, yeah. And it was quite a lot of money to hire it, I remember. And then once, basically, we sold all the tickets out, and they said, because it's for charity, we've seen it's legit, they let us have to... Did you give it us for now, I think, didn't you, in the end?
Yeah, it was either now
or a very little amount.
Yeah, you would like...
Did it I think we paid the guy's wages, didn't we, behind the counter or something daft like that?
Yeah, I was going to say it was for. Well, our staffing costs are going to be £100
Yeah, that's
for
what they
you
do.
know the people on the cloakroom and you know the bar staff.
Yeah.
If you can cover that, then you can get the venue for
That's
now.
what they did. They were
That's
really
sweet,
good.
isn't it?
Yeah, they were dead nice.
Yeah, really good. I mean, it's.
Just thought of something else that was funny as well. Francis House sent down, because they had people on their books, like, it was someone from one of the soaps, and I can't remember, and you know, I'm like, I don't watch soaps, not like so this guy comes up and he goes, hi,
use
such,
it either.
such a body, and I'm looking at it, right, well, do you want to go on at the beginning or the end? You know what I mean? And I just thought he was a comedian, and he wasn't, and then in the end he went, I don't think this is for me, mate, and they went, all right, mate, no problem, and then afterwards someone went, that's such and such, I'm going, all right. And they sent me down to do an interview. We were on the telly and everything, weren't we?
Wow.
Yeah, Eleanor Moritz, who's now one of the flagship BBC presenters, she was a fledgling journalist for BBC Northwest. And she interviewed us for BBC Manchester
that's right,
for the radio. And you could almost tell that she was like, who are these scruffy reprobates? I'm speaking to like 4 guys. Right, so you're doing a comedy show. And it's like literally over the road. Why are you doing it? We were like, we're going to raise loads of money for charity and it's going to be amazing. There's 104 comedians. Right, here's Tom with the weather.
It was that. It was mad.
But yeah,
and then the best thing was the week after, right, the comedy bloom was rammed. And the week after that, it went back to normal.
But that's always been the way with the comedy bloom now. You know, I mean, we've had shows in 2023. Abby Rowling, who did a show Shit Lawyer, we had something like 80 people in the room.
Yeah.
We were bringing chairs up from downstairs and everything.
It's a great room.
And last week we had 5 people in, but we still run the show, and it's still there's a warmth about the room that we run in.
Yeah.
And it sounds really sort of new agey and a bit tossy, but I think the amount of love that we've invested in the night in the room over the past 24 years kind of like brings a little bit of an aura to the space. And we're dead lucky in that it's so rare that we get any knobheads in the building. There was one, like 6-7 years ago, there was a group of coked up sales reps who, I think when they left, there was something like 45 shot glasses on their table, and we kicked them out in the first interval. They were absolutely mullered. And they basically just gave every single person on the stage loads of shit. And they would sort of tag team heckling. Someone would go, yeah, you're fucking shit, and then go and smoke. And then come back 4 minutes later while 3 of the twatty mates had sort of gone on. That's so rare. You know, most of the time, anyone that walks in the room, it's just, we're all here doing it for now. These are new comedians. They're going to be performing new material. Some of it might land, some of it might just be tumbleweed across the stage. But, you know, we're sort of rolling up our sleeves, giving it a go, and we've been doing it a while.
Who's the best comedian you've seen, or in your opinion, who's your favourite that you've had on in 24 years, James?
Well,
obviously it'll be, you know, present company accepted.
There's the question I was dreading. I honestly can't put a single favourite on. But people that stand out, Sophie Willan, I think she's just finished filming the second series of Alma's Not Normal. She got on the stage and within about 10 seconds you just knew she was going to be a star. Same with Josh Jones.
Josh Jones is great.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've seen hundreds, if not thousands, of new comedians, but Josh got on stage, and again, within 10 seconds, you just go, you were born to do this. Like, there was a group of foreign tourists who'd wandered in by mistake, which is always comedy gold for an MC, and he was like, "Oh, are you familiar with English comics?" And like, no. And he went, "I'll give you some names: Freddie Starr, Jim Davidson, Bernard Manning, real sassy bitches." And they were just like, "We don't know what the fuck you're on about." Everybody else was pissing themselves laughing. So I mean, Sophie, Josh, Seymour Mace did an Edinburgh preview that was just absolute chaos, but beautiful from start to finish. There are literally too many people that I always love to see performing. Hannah Platt's incredible. I mean, to watch her going from being like a really new comedian to like doing her own proper big shows now is amazing. Halls of Ridiculous are really sort of making a mark.
I was with them last night.
Their Edinburgh preview last year, I think it was absolutely fantastic. to see people like that go on and do well, especially sort of slightly more left field acts like Fox Dog Studios are brilliant. Tom and Sam, I've forgotten Tom's surname, Sam Nicoresti, and Tom does Peter Fleming, Tom Burgess. They did a show, a double header that I would probably say in 24 years is the most perfectly formed hour of stand-up that I've ever seen.
Is it?
Wow.
They were jumping from... It was like a time travel show. And they would jump into the Neolithic era to the Dickensian era. And it was just, for a double header, perfect. Luke Smith, who performs as Frank Foucault, is also amazing. But I honestly couldn't pick a personal favourite out of all the acts, because it's like saying, what's the best song ever? Because if you wake up and you're in a party mood, you want to put a bit of Chic on. If you're a bit depressed, you want to listen to some Leonard Cohen. It kind of suits the mood.
No, I get that.
Who was the worst?
No, that's a bastard of a question.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
But Chris Keogh was emceeing, and some guy turned up, and he'd never performed before. And I gave him his drinks tokens, and he went to the bar and actually said, "What's the strongest amount of alcohol I can get for these 2 drinks tokens?" And got his pint, and then he was sat right in front of me. And Chris went, "Are you ready for your first act?" And then this guy just went, "Ah!" And I was like, "Oh fuck, we've got a nutter here." And everyone turned round, and he was having an epileptic seizure as he was being announced.
You said you'd never done it.
So fortunately, there was about 5 first aiders in the room at the time. So we did all the first aid stuff. We called paramedics. The show obviously got put on pause. But after about 10 minutes, the paramedics went, "Oh, you just crack on. We'll sit with him for 10 or 15 minutes and make sure he's all right. Then we'll, take him to A&E and check him out." And so these 3 paramedics were called out to some guy who had a seizure, and then watched the first 15 minutes of the stand-up comedy show.
That's only at the balloon now.
So I mean, total madness. So it was probably the worst act, because I think having a medical seizures.
Who was the most memorable nutcase?
Him. There was another guy, and I think Joey might have been there when we were at the Britain's Protection, and 2 guys randomly turned up on the day and went, "Can we get on?" And one was called John, and I can't remember the name of the other guy, but he performed in a white ghost sheet, like he put a sheet on his head. And it's the only time at the Britain's Protection I ever saw the audience turn on an act, because he was really bad. It was proper anti-comedy, but not done well like someone like Mark Silcox. He was just really crap. And somebody went, "Get off," at the back, and he went, "What's that? Get off. I don't care. I'm going to wake up in the morning, have a nice sausage butty. I don't care about you. I don't care about cancer. I don't care about anything." And everyone was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
I don't care about cancer.
Yeah, so everybody started going, off. And so he finished his set and literally sat down like 4 feet away from where I was emceeing. So I was like, "Well, it's the Comedy Balloon. It's an open mic night. Anything can happen." And he started heckling me, and I went, "Yeah, mate, your show's finished. You've had your 10 minutes. You've died on your fucking arse, as you can probably tell by reading the room." And he's like, "I don't fucking care. I'm Kendo Nagasaki." And I went, "You'll be out the fucking doorski in a minute." And he carried on. And at the time, I was drinking a lot before I even left the house to get on stage. And I ended up dragging him out of the pub by his feet. And they had to bolt the door shut. And he's still in his ghost hut, banging on the door, going, "Fucking let me back in." And the bar staff were like, "No, I don't think we will." And we actually called a little break. And then 8 minutes after he'd been kicked out, we just carried on with this. Nothing had happened.
I can just imagine an homeless person sat outside watching a ghost banging on the door. Am I seeing something? Because that ghost is just banging to get back in its pub.
What was it?
Someone phoned Derek Acora.
There's an act. I don't think they did the Blue, but they might have done. Right, but it's done my head in for ages, been trying to remember. And they dressed up as an old couple, Summer and Fanny it was called, and they had a parrot, a false parrot. Oh, it was dead brilliant, and I can't remember the name of him. So I thought you might remember it.
No.
Something unfunny.
Yeah, but he dressed up as old people.
I mean,
right?
I'll go out on a limb. It wasn't Dick.
No, it wasn't. No. But they were good. No, yeah, we had some. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We've got some quick fire questions for you.
Right. And then I'm going to start filming the podcast.
Hang on, let me have a...
Quick fire usually takes about half an hour.
Yeah, because they're not really quick fire.
I'll just do some quick fire questions in 5 minutes when I scroll through.
Yeah.
We haven't even got to the regular features.
No, because we've been gabbing, haven't we? Right, here we go. Quick fire. It says at the top. Crocs or sandals with socks?
I'd have to go with sandals with socks.
Would you really?
Yeah. Well, less sweat.
Surely more with the addition of the sock.
The socks would absorb the sweat. The Crocs, it just collates in a kind of sweaty, skanky little stagnant pool of foot juice.
Oh, that sounds sexy, doesn't it?
You can find me on OnlyFans.
I saw foot juice opening for someone.
That was that 80s film, wasn't it? Everybody's foot juice, foot juice.
Foot juice.
It was the Pornhub spin-off.
They should have arrested them.
McDonald's or KFC?
Ooh. KFC don't do hash browns, so it's got to be McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah, Zinger Tower Burger gets a hash brown on it.
Yeah, but not on its own, not as a side.
I reckon if... Yeah, no, they wouldn't, would they?
No, you couldn't ask for... What you'd have to do would be one of those orders with the electronic system and be like, Zinger Tower, no chicken, no bun. Paying £6 for a hash brown there, Tommy.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Americans landed a man on the moon?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Do you?
Me?
Yeah. Because you ask this every week.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Why?
Because I think they might have done later, but I don't think they did when they said.
Do you mean at that time,
Yeah,
was it 1969?
69, yeah, because I don't think
the famous one
was it?
I think it was. I think it was Buzz Aldrin.
It was him.
Yeah, somebody said like.
Oh, he decked the guy, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he went to the moon. He just
he crashed in, didn't he? Yeah, because Collins was the guy that was left in it, wasn't he, orbit, and you'd be gutted, wouldn't you? You go all that way and you didn't get to go for a wander around.
I'm the Ringo of NASA.
It's like them people who go to Alton Towers and just hold everyone's bag because they don't like, because they don't like rides.
I do that.
Yeah, they're necessary, them people.
Yeah, they
slag
are.
them off.
Yeah, but it's sad for a minute.
40 quid to be a coat hanger.
Yeah, to just stand there.
Again, only fans. Watch me hold 12 coats.
Right, this is a big one, this, Jace. Hobnob or custard cream?
Hobnob.
Which one, though?
Hobnob?
Just a normal one.
plain
non-chocolate,
Are we
plain
talking
one.
chocolate hobnob or plain hobnob?
Well, I
If we're talking chocolate hobnob, then chocolate hobnob beats custard cream every day of the week, doesn't it?
I think custard. I'd probably go custard cream.
Over
like
a chocolate hobnob?
Yeah.
I think you
animal.
could actually take a chocolate hobnob and go, the chocolate or the hobnob still beats the custard cream hands down.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
Especially as a dunker. Especially as a dippy biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I know custard cream's a good dippy biscuit.
Yeah, they're
What,
a good
in
dippy
coffee?
biscuit, but they don't come anywhere near a
Yeah, but
hobnob.
they have better sticky together properties.
No. There's nothing beating a hobnob for dunkability.
No, they are rock solid. That's
Yeah.
why I'm not a fan of them.
But custard cream, right? It's got no custard, it's got no cream. Called trading standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't you?
I don't like custard.
Yeah, but hobnobs have got no knob, so...
You're eating a Only fans.
Oh, not you soggy biscuits again. Oh, here's one for you.
Go.
Doctor Who or Star Trek?
Doctor Who.
Yeah, I know, I knew that one.
Neither.
Right, this wounded me before, I'll be honest. This next question, right, this is wrong and it's still bothering me now, actually. I was in the butty shop before and somebody had mayonnaise on the bacon butty. Now, that's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so, but leading to that, I'm going to swerve around it because it's upsetting me.
I have had that, you know.
If you feel like a dad who's just found out his son's come home in the 80s and is Smith's fan, like, I don't want to talk about it, but I will accept it.
Yeah, it's just wrong, isn't it?
I have had bacon, sausage and egg butties with mayo before.
It's just wrong, mate.
Bacon, sausage and egg with mayo.
I used to smoke a lot of weed in my younger days and I had a serious mayonnaise addiction.
I
Hence
smoked.
this.
I I smoked weed every single day for breakfast for 20 years, and I never once had bacon, sausage, egg, and mayo.
Yeah, I like the idea. Like I said to you, I had an Euro with mayonnaise once. Yeah, just to see, because I like. No, it was just a normal Euro, but I like savoury and sweet together. I like the combination. So I thought I'm gonna fucking try it, and you know what? It was banging.
Was it?
It was so
what
good.
What about custard cream and mayo?
Yeah, I'd try it. To be fair, I'm not that into mayo anymore.
You're off the white stuff now.
Yeah. I've been mayo sober for it's coming up to 12 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quit. Well, 2 years ago I quit Rustlers.
You went dry turkey.
Yeah.
But to be fair though, you're on 12 bottles of salad cream a day.
That's like the methadone.
Salad cream is the methadone. But I had to wean myself off Rustlers burgers because I really liked them. I know that, but I know how disgusting they are.
Oh yeah, they're just arseholes and eyebrows.
Yeah, but they taste fucking great, don't they? If you do them right as well. So people put them fully in the microwave with the bun on.
Oh no,
and you need to stop that. Just put the patty in the microwave and put the buns in the toaster. Put the buns in the toaster and you do it.
That's a dedication to Rustlers.
I loved them. Like I really liked it. It was laziness because I was a chef for a long time.
Obviously.
Honestly.
Chef's food of choice. Shit in a bun.
Honestly. Ask any chef. The last thing you want to do when you've come home from a 17-hour shift is start cooking something. So
you've got over that now.
Every chef just lives off shite, pot noodles, Rustlers burgers, all that stuff because it's just quick and easy.
You want to go down the Seinfeld route, cupboard full of cereal, sorted.
Yeah,
cereal.
I love cereal.
Yeah.
I fucking love cereal.
Yeah,
that's a future top 5.
Did you ever put mayo on cereal?
No. No, I didn't.
So you weren't proper dedicated?
I wasn't, mate, no. I hadn't gone completely.
You didn't have a bowl of mayo cereal?
No, I didn't.
I used to live with a girl at uni and her thing was mashing up, she called them pink lady fingers, but wafers.
Oh, yeah, the Pink Panther wafers.
And snorting them. And she used to get us all to try, and I'd be like, no.
What?
Yeah, she's trying to get us all to do a line of them before a night out.
Big girl, was she?
No.
I used to snort rum, but never biscuits.
Would you know what happens if you snort a pink lady finger?
No.
Makes your eyes go red.
And makes you...
That's all. Everyone else just let me fucking eyes. And I'm not doing that.
Yeah. That's a good excuse when you're going home stoned, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, no, I've not been smoking weed. I've been snorting pink lady fingers. What the fuck?
Sounds like a euphemism.
It does, doesn't it? It really does.
I mean, you say she was a big girl. I'm amazed she wasn't, because there was a takeaway where we used to live. If you rang it between a certain hour, they'd answer the phone and go, "Hello, Louisa." I shouldn't say the name.
Yeah.
I doubt she's listening. Like,
no, it'll be fine.
No one's listening.
Yeah,
she's fucking snorting hobnobs behind boots.
Yeah, behind boots. You have to have dedication to chop up a hobnob.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Garibaldi as well.
Yeah.
We get a current. So, Les Dawson or John Cleese?
Les Dawson.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. We go to St Anne's every year for our anniversary.
Yeah.
And there's a statue of Les Dawson in St Anne's, and
Yeah.
I always get a picture of it. And when, a couple of years ago, I had a random day off work and I went to St Anne's, and there was some pigeon shit on the statue of Les Dawson, and I pulled a hanky out of my pocket and started cleaning it off, and there were some people walking past going, "What the fuck's he doing?" And they're buffing up Les.
Where was the shit?
On his shoulder.
Oh, right,
It's an indication for a pigeon to fly and fucking hover with its arse out and squirt his crotch with crap.
Just imagine you. I have no respect. That's Les.
Was that your impression of a Manchester accent?
No, it was meant to be St Helens. I can do generic Lancashire. That's it.
You can't you?
Yeah.
Last one. Peter Kay or Michael McIntyre?
I'm going to say Peter Kay, just because I was born in Ashton, he's from Bolton, so it's. I mean, it's interchangeable if you're anywhere 10 miles out of Lancashire.
Yeah.
But he gets a lot of stick, and I can see why. But there's a lot of fondness, and it reminds me of being a kid watching Peter Kay. Just some of the Lancashire phrases and idioms that he uses. You know, and also I saw him at Excess Malarkey when I used to run the door there, and we turned about 300 people away. Like his first set there, and this is to a room of about 100 people. I didn't see any of it because I was sat outside and people turning up going, are there any spare places? And it's like, no. And then 10 seconds later, are there any spare places? No. Are there any spare places? No. So he's put the graft in. And yeah, you know, he's from Bolton.
He'll always be up there, just like for the TV stuff he's done as well. Because Phoenix Nights is still one of the best things I've ever said. Absolutely phenomenal. That Peter Kay thing was a brilliant sketch show. So he'll always be up there for me.
Well, at the time was...
I'm wondering if that's going to get picked up.
No, it won't do. It won't. No. It'll just sound weird talking about something no one else can. There's alarm in the background. See if you can... Comment in the comments if you can.
So the cardioid pattern of the show microphones is quite tight.
Yeah, it's quite tight.
Which we were talking about before we started recording.
Yeah, which is good. And it does work because we've had it before and we've had the window open as well. Cars going past and you can't hear it.
Right.
So, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you tried farting and see if that gets picked up?
No.
Right.
No. Okay. But I will.
Please don't.
No.
Have you got one in the chamber?
You was out last night, weren't you? Your farts are going to be horrific today.
What were you drinking? What were you drinking?
Vodka.
I don't know, vodka. Guinness would be worried.
Yeah.
Why?
I can't drink.
Is this because of the weight loss thing now? You just sticking to vodka?
Yeah.
Well, there's no calories in vodka, is there?
63 calories.
Yeah, there is.
Well,
63 there is.
In a single?
Yeah, and there's 260.
So you had 16,000 calories.
Yeah, so now I'm just on 85 vodkas a
day. Do you not miss having a beer, though?
Yeah.
So I just have a beer then.
No, because I have to have special beer, don't I, anyway? So.
Yeah.
Dog beer.
Yeah, because I can't have gluten, so I have to have... It's not the best.
No. That one you got here was dead posh. It was dead nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice sometimes. It don't matter. When it's hot, I will have a beer, but just not always.
Just sat drinking vodka.
Yeah, it's better to cry to, isn't it, beer?
Yeah, definitely.
You can't really cry into your vodka, can you?
Should we do a top five?
Yeah.
Mike's come up with a top five today, aren't you, mate?
I have.
So go on. What was your top five? I'll let you do this one.
Songs that tell you you're at a shit party.
Anything by Rod Stewart.
Anything by Rod Stewart.
Anything by Rod Stewart. Anything by Rod Stewart. Anything by Rod Stewart.
Well, right. You know, when you come to Altrincham and you got to a train station, opposite the train station, the building there, right? My dad was telling me that he went to watch, was it the Birds or a band? And Rod Stewart was the roadie, and they let him sing a song at the end of it. And I thought, you'd have loved that.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Rod Stewart?
No, he's a cunt.
Why?
If you Google it, Rod Stewart was in the Daily Mirror bigging up Enoch Powell in the 70s.
Oh, he's one of them.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he might deny it now. One of my very first gigs had a line about Rod Stewart. It's like, I fucking hated Rod Stewart because he invented the mullet, which is really fashionable now. But yeah, I mean, he bigged up Enoch Powell. I've never been a fan anyway, you know, and I don't like to...
He take some immigrants in recently, though, didn't he? In the Ukrainian crisis.
Did he?
Yeah, I remember reading that in the paper.
Yeah, but he locked him in the cellar and made him clean his fucking car for now.
He used to do a great joke about it. I'm not going to say it, but he used to do it.
Was it Rod Stewart's Hill? I am ailing.
Oh, God.
Right, he's like someone put a terror hawk in leopard skin pants like Phil Lynch and just went... Go on, grouch your way through a song.
Well, my song that I was going to pick for this was "We Are Sailing,"
right?
Because that's always at the end of every shit social club doing it.
Yeah,
at the end of every single one, and everyone's emotional and fucking hugging. And I hate people hugging.
Empathy, warmth.
Yeah, just fuck off, grow up.
Anything after 1999, mate.
What, you ate everything after 99?
Pretty much, yeah. If you're at a party and the music's after 99.
Nah.
No, it's always got to be shit for kids, but I mean things like Proud Mary, I cannot...
Oh, that's a tune, that.
That's your mum kicking the shit out of her mate on the dance floor.
I think my mum's different to yours. She doesn't kick the shit out of anyone.
Well, they serve lukewarm chicken on the buffet.
Chicken in a basket.
Yeah, oh, God.
No, I don't mind a bit of Proud Mary, mate, at a party.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Deacon Blue, Dignity, fuck off as well.
Yeah.
No. This is the worst one for me, innit? Because I don't know any music.
No. But you know Bon Jovi.
I do. Yeah. But none of his songs are shit, are they?
No. Well, no.
almost any Phil Collins for me, but I recognise that's like you and Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
I hate the man.
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, like the first couple of Phil Collins albums were all, I think my dad had them.
Yeah,
You know, studio, stuff like that.
I got a little bit of respect for, well, one reason I've got respect for him and then the reason I haven't, right? The first reason his hands are that bad with arthritis, he used to tape the drumsticks and could still play, which a bit of respect there. But the one is, he divorced his missus, then he got took for a load of money, and then remarried her.
But didn't recently one of his ex-wives rob his house? Or something mad. I remember reading that,
Someone like Phil Collins, like, there's loads of musicians that I don't think I'd ever go and buy anything by.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's...
You do the thing, you don't, you charity shop classics.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sunday mornings, All FM, 96.9, allfm.org, where we go around charity shops and play loads of mad stuff. So, Klaus Wunderlich.
How many copies of Simply Red Stars have you left behind?
I've never touched it, actually.
Yeah, it's always in the charity shop, though, isn't it?
He used to do a joke about that if they won the lottery, you'd just spend it all.
Jason Manford.
Jason Manford, wasn't it? Yeah, that's it.
He did that at Murphy's Malarkey.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Like, if I won the lottery, I'd buy all the tickets for a Simply Red concert and then just sit there on my own going, play stars.
Right, you might be able to answer this because I can't remember who it was. I'm pretty sure it was either Smug or Johnny Vegas, and it was at Malarkey's where he took everyone a chippy.
That was Smug.
It was Smug, wasn't it? I knew it was Smug, yeah.
Well, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Well, he took everyone in the audience to the chippy.
Yeah.
The very last night when Access
When's his next gig?
the very last night at Access Murphy's Malarkey, when it moved to Remedy Bar, we were supposed to have a proper send-off. Smug was headlining, and he took the entire audience from Murphy's to Remedy Bar, and all these students just sat there drinking, and 100 people turned up with Smug Roberts, who stood on the table and went, right, I want to let you all know it's your last Tuesday night where you can get it for free because it's going to turn into a comedy night next week.
Wow.
Bonkers.
That's funny stuff.
Would Sweet Caroline go on the list of top 5 crap party
You see,
songs?
you've got the footy thing with that though, haven't you? Don't you think?
Because it definitely used to be a nan anthem.
Don't you think though that you should have a different version for the ladies? Because Sweet Caroline should be the ladies' one, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then you should have a man, Sweet Brian or Sweet Frank or something.
Sweet Brian. Doesn't really have the same looking effect, that, does it?
Sweet
Brian.
You'd need 3 syllables like Timothy, Sweet Timothy. It's one of them things, I think, though, like Noel Coward said, it's amazing how potent cheap music can be. And I'm not going to demean Neil Diamond's history. Like, Vic and Bob were on Top of the Pops last night doing I'm a Believer, which is still a classic song.
I love Neil Diamond, but I just think that one's a bit worn out.
It is, but that's not Neil Diamond's fault.
No, yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, Rod Stewart doing Sweet Caroline at the Buckingham Palace, and he said the BBC made me do it. It's like, you've sold millions of records, your manager's not got enough nous to turn around and go, Rod's not singing that, he's going to do I Am Sailing or one of his other shit fucking
I've got PTSD about Sweet Caroline, to be fair.
Right, why? That?
So went out drinking with my mates around Christmas. We'd been out day drinking, so it was about 7 o'clock and I was absolutely leathered. We was in Beer Keller in Wigan. Sweet Caroline, come on. You're not supposed to stand on the tables in Beer Keller. You can stand on the benches, but not the actual tables.
There's rules to the place.
Which is fucking mental, innit? Like, you can't stand on the tables, but you are allowed to. Yeah. But I was stood on the table, Sweet Caroline's on, and I stripped naked. It's 7 o'clock at night. So people are only just coming starting the night. So that, like, there's loads of soul people going, what the fuck is
What was it about a song about a 9-year-old that made you do that?
Something just spoke to me in the song. So I just fucking completely knocked off in the middle of Beer Keller in Wigan. My mate's got a picture of me fucking naked on this table.
Can we get it? We'll put it on the pod.
Absolutely not. That is never, ever coming out, that picture. With 3 bouncers stood in front of me going, like, trying to get me down. And I'm like, what? I was just having a lovely time. I was just having the time of my life. I thought, everyone's going to love this.
What about Agadoo?
Yeah,
that reminds me of like Mallorca, early 90s. Do you know what I mean?
But there's some good ones that are crap as well. Is it Wigfield Saturday? That's always a good party banger. That.
Macarena.
Oh, there's another one. Yeah.
I was going to say.
What about the Cheeky Girls? That's good as well.
I don't know if that's iconic enough to be.
What, Macarena?
No, the Cheeky Girls.
No. Oh, it's on at every shit party. Same as Bob the Builder. That's always on at every shit party.
I used to do a routine about that. But I've DJ'd out, right? And I've got 10,000 vinyl albums in my studio at home. I've got a hard drive with 250,000 songs on it, and I am a bit snobby music-wise. But
do you like Bon Jovi?
No, I've never bought a Bon Jovi album. Even in a charity shop, 10 albums for £1. Bon Jovi can fuck off.
Slippery when wet. Classic.
So, yeah, good episode.
I think his version of Fairy Tale in New York might be the worst cover I've ever heard.
Yes, yeah, I'll give you that. No, it's not the worst cover ever. That Nirvana one with Puddle of Mud is the worst cover ever.
Take that doing Smells Like Teen Spirit.
God.
Take that did. I've not heard. I have to listen to that.
I would say Google it, but you'll need to clean your ears.
The absolute worst part about it, other than they can't play their instruments properly, which, you know, as a Nirvana fan is a bit of a dig.
Do you like Nirvana?
I only wear this shirt every week, don't I? But Gary Barlow introduces it with "Let's get some rock and roll."
Yeah, with his slightly wonky eye. Let's get some rock and roll. Jing ding 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 ding.
Is there a more boring man on earth?
Michael
Gary
Owen.
Barlow. Oh yeah, Michael Owen's up there. You can put them two on a desert island for me.
Yeah, but Gary Barlow, he's had millions and millions of records sold, and you think there's got to be something about the guy that you'd find interesting. He's probably the kind of guy that would warm up a teaspoon before he puts it in his ketchup so that it doesn't
so it slides.
Yeah, there's no temperature differential between the bacon and the ketchup.
What about this? It might be controversial actually. What about warming milk up for mash?
Well, it depends. We have a chef in the room,
right? See, I think you've got to.
The reaction wordless reaction then was telling to me.
When you say warm it up, what do you mean?
So
do you mean room temperature, or actually warm it up with your butter in a little pan? Yeah. No, I don't do that.
I think you should.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, according to the new Larousse Gastronomique, if you make a mash, then what you should do is warm your milk, and I've forgotten the technical phrase, but you put an onion in, some peppercorns as well. A little bit of mustard if you're feeling fancy, and you warm that up and then strain that into your mash. Yeah. So it's infuses the milk.
Yeah, it's pointless bullshit. It is.
You can charge your tenner for your mash though if you bang half an onion
it's pointless bullshit. There's so much pretentious fucking shite.
Do you not think?
If you've got milk, just leave it room temperature. Put it into your mash. It's absolutely fine. With your butter,
no, I think you've got to match the temperature, mate.
You don't.
It tastes better.
No, because you keeping the mash on the stove when you're making it anyway, aren't you, on a low heat?
Not if you've mashed it, no.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
And use a whisk.
A whisk?
Instead of a spoon.
You
whip it. Whip your mash.
Do you not push it through a sieve? Is it
potato ricer?
No, I mash it.
Yeah.
My butter, my milk, white pepper, salt, and then I use a whisk to whip it. And it's like dead light, dead creamy. Silky as anything.
1-to-1 butter and potato.
Yeah. Oh mate, my Sunday roast has so much butter.
Did it?
Yeah, the
butter's flavour though, isn't it?
Yeah, that big Lurpak things like that.
Yeah. One of them.
I'll use a full one of them on a whole Sunday dinner.
Have you won the lottery? A whole?
Yeah, I was gonna.
It's Norpak from
They're putting security tags on the Lurpak around mine.
Yeah. What do you do if you win the lottery? Will you get a yacht or a pat of butter?
It'd be Kerrygold if I won the lottery.
Did you see Lurpak's better than Kerrygold?
No, it's not.
I believe it is.
It's not.
Yeah. What about salted butter at Christmas?
All butter should be salted.
Oh yeah. We only get like salted gold butter for Christmas.
Yeah.
That and the Radio Times.
Radio Times, that's still going.
So if you're making your mash, how do you do the Radio Times?
I warm it up first. The one last terrible song I want to mention, I don't know, it was a staple of kids' parties when I was growing up, The Music Man.
Oh, he comes from around that way.
I fucking hate that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I am the music man.
I come from down and I play the drum
trumpet.
and it goes on. Oh,
It's fucking terrible.
it's torture.
It
And
is
kids
terrible.
have to do the mime.
Right.
What was that?
That's the
Skin flues, obviously.
That's the thumbnail sorted.
That's 100% getting
Oh, God.
We can cut it out, don't we?
Yeah.
We can cut it out. Have you got any unpopular opinions?
My unpopular opinion is mayonnaise on a bacon butty, because that's just wrong.
Yeah.
It scarred me, that.
We had one sent in from Megan from Wigan.
Go
Oh,
on.
did we?
Yeah, who said Sunday dinners are overrated.
I happen to agree with that.
Do you know what? I'll agree with that as well.
You agree with that as well?
Yeah, I'm not a big Sunday dinnerer. In fact, I've probably only had Sunday dinner about 6 times in my life.
I've never had one.
Yeah.
It's the best meal you can have.
Christmas dinner's nice. That's a bit like.
But it's a Sunday dinner, just with a pig in a blanket on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and pointless cranberry sauce.
Yeah, what is cranberry? Yeah, fuck cranberry sauce.
No, if you've got a little bit of thrush, that helps.
I love cranberry juice, but you've got to drink it in private.
What?
If you ever out somewhere and order cranberry juice, the first thing anyone says, you got cystitis.
Yes.
Yeah, do you want some?
Not anymore.
Well, my unpopular opinion then, Oreos are shite.
I'll go with
Oh.
that. I'll go with that. Unless you pull them apart like that.
Have you had a golden Oreo though?
No.
They're better.
It's like it's an American custard cream, a golden Oreo.
Right. Well, that's just like shite with sugar on then.
Well,
But it's like eating
that's overrated.
two charcoal discs with a bit of dry chocolate paste with all the chocolate removed.
Have you dunked them in milk?
No.
Milk and cookies?
Yeah, honestly, Oreos in milk.
Oreos are a great biscuit.
I don't like Oreos. I got one free in Luxembourg once. That's the only time I ever tried
You
it.
got one free in Luxembourg.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put them in my top 5 biscuits.
No, they'll
but
never
they're
get in
alright.
my top 5.
Well, go on then. Top 5 biscuits.
Top 5, bloody hell. Well, I love a good cookie. Just a white chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, okay. Like a Maryland one.
No, like a bit of soft
White
dough.
chocolate shouldn't be allowed to be called chocolate.
It's just sugar in it.
Yeah, there's no chocolate in it. There's no
Well,
cocoa. No cocoa
there must
solids
be
in
a
it.
little
What's
bit.
no? There's none.
Is it not?
No cocoa solids in white chocolate. It's just all chemicals. Don't like it.
So Milky Bar Kid then?
Yeah.
He started it, didn't he?
Prick. Prick.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an unpopular opinion.
What, the Milky Bar Kid's a prick?
Yeah. Which
Well, he's
one?
not a kid anymore. He'll
Yeah.
probably come round and fucking leather me.
Yeah. I like a custard cream as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like a custard cream.
I'm trying to think of my favourite biscuits now.
Chocolate Hobnob's the best biscuit.
Oh,
Bourbons.
Bourbons. Get it, Bourbons,
Chocolate
you see.
digestive and
Bourbon's a shit
McVitie's one.
Oreo.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but no. Oreos are shit bourbons.
Oh, no, it's the other way around.
yeah.
I'll take an Oreo over a bourbon any day
Bourbons
of the week.
were from the 1816 they were invented. They're a proper old traditional biscuit.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a bit of a fact for you. My family invented Eccles cakes.
No, they fucking didn't.
What?
No, they didn't. I'm
did.
calling bullshit.
Alright, I'll show you in a
I
bit.
mean, it's not a biscuit either way.
No.
Explain.
So I've got like people who are related to me and they invented the
Wow.
recipe.
Just you.
Well, yeah, my family.
Yeah.
And they invented
Whose else would they be?
They invented, like, how? When?
years ago.
Yeah, how have you found this out? Is this on Ancestry.com?
My mum told me.
I could just imagine your mum on the sherry at Christmas. Yeah, let's tell our Joey that we invented it. Next year, elephants are just fat giraffes.
They are.
To be fair,
Yeah.
great invention.
Yeah. Do you like Eccles cakes? I don't like them.
The second to a Charlie cake for me.
Oh,
Prefer a Charlie cake to an Eccles cake.
Yeah.
But I like anything with currants in.
Yeah.
Currants, raisins, yeah.
Electric.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant.
Bowl full of rabbit shit with mayonnaise on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know you can eat mayonnaise like that.
What?
On an aero.
That could be a spin-off podcast.
What? Things that mayonnaise goes with.
Does it mayo?
I eat things with mayonnaise on.
Yeah.
And just keep it completely flat and aero. 6 out of 10.
Do you know what? That could be a new section for the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, that would.
if you want to do,
what would you call it? Everything mayo.
Yeah, every week now we'll bring it a different food and I'll put mayonnaise on it and tell you if it's good or not.
Okay.
Mayo or may not.
Oh. Oh, it was better.
It's gone wrong again. Future guests, if you made it this far, bring a food product in and it will be devoured with mayonnaise.
That'll be
yeah. Bring some food.
I mean, Joey will have to invest in a fridge, otherwise
I've
that
got
mayo's.
one.
We've got fridge.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm bringing in? What are them Reaper chilies called?
Carolina Reapers. Yeah, let's keep it to stuff that's not going to fucking end me. Like, so I've got IBS.
I mean, obviously next week for me it's going to be a white chocolate cookie.
Okay.
Yeah. With mayo.
And that would be worse without mayo. I think the mayo's only going to improve that. Cool. Well, we've done like an hour and 15 now. Yeah. You got anything you want to plug, Tuck?
Come to the Comedy Balloon every single Wednesday night at the Ape and Apple, John Dalton Street. It kicks off at 8 o'clock. Yeah.
How do acts get on it?
Just email comedyballoon@gmail.com.
Cool.
Come along. We've been running for 24 years. You can see some acts who've never performed before, as well as people like Sam Avery comes and does his previews there. We've got Johnny Pelham next week. He's been on live at the Apollo. Writes an album.
Great act.
Yeah, so come to that. And check Charity Shop Classics on All FM 96.9 every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock and hear some Klaus Wunderlich and pub singers, club singers and all kinds of mad shit.
Klaus Wunderlich.
Oh yeah.
That's a porn star name if ever I've heard one, isn't it?
he goes down a storm. We've actually got a listener in
Hey, would
Germany.
you?
We've got a listener in Germany who sent like 2 boxes of like 150 CDs each because he loves the show so much. He goes down charity shops in Germany and sends mad stuff.
Oh, that's ace.
Yeah. So yeah, Comedy Balloon Charity Shop Classics.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything, Mike? Anything coming up?
Leicester show coming up in February. What's it called? Up and Crumbling. Just Google that, you'll find it.
Sweet.
I think if I say what
you've got a doctor's appointment coming up, haven't you?
I've got. I'm going to Shropodis as well. So
yeah.
It'll be nice. Yeah.
There's
what? Corn with mayonnaise.
What do you mean corn? Like sweet corn or one of your corns? Fucking hell. I'm not eating mayonnaise off your foot.
Back to OnlyFans again.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I still like foot
Next
juice,
week's guest, Quentin
juice,
Tarantino.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, we'll do a little mayo section next week, can't we?
Yeah. Oh,
Sweet.
Thanks for coming on, Jace. Really appreciate it.
Really appreciate you coming down,
it's all
mate.
fun.
Been good.
So,
Sweet.